Welcome back. Another business confidence survey shows sentiment remains poor among South African businesses. Earlier this week, Business Chamber SABC said that confidence remained near 23-year lows. Today, the RMB BER Business Confidence Index showed it's remained unchanged at 36 in the first quarter. This means that around two-thirds of the over 1,000 respondents surveyed remained unsatisfied with business conditions.
Duarte reckons that the lack of trust could be the reason why black professionals are not as successful as they could be.
Maybe the problem lay that a number of black professionals are not as trusted by black managers, DGs who are black, as are the international and multinational companies. That needs to change.
She says change in how the country treats the professionals is necessary and that even government has to play a proactive role.
Black advocates must be given an opportunity to be given briefs by the government. We can't only go to the well-known advocates all the time and give them the briefs, and our brilliant young black advocates are part of a company where there is a oligarchic approach, where you've got major oligarchies in this country. You've got the big five in mining, the big five in accounting, the big five in the legal system. We really need to break out of that.
Asked about possible changes in empowerment legislation, she says it's not necessary.
I honestly don't think we should introduce more legislation. Legislation can be enabling, but it can also be disabling. What we need to do is, if we want to review the BBBEE and other instruments that are in place, to look at how it can take everybody to the next level. That, I think there's nothing wrong with that. But to introduce new legislation won't take us forward. Capital knows how to manipulate legislation. What we need is a transformational attitude in this country.
The black professionals that attended agree.
One of the recommendations that we made this morning, for instance, was we need to look at the enabling legislation. It has achieved a certain level of success in terms of opening opportunities for us, but maybe we need to look at it again to see whether it is going far enough in ensuring that black professionals participate meaningfully in our economy.
We need space to be created for professionals to come and play, and that must be clear. That platform must be clear that this is space for professionals to make their inputs, where their inputs would be, where we would feel as professionals that our input is valued, and it is considered. There are a lot of areas where we feel that we could be put to good use. We could consult and make a contribution to government in terms of the implementation and execution of the policies that government makes.
Legislation is the one step, but it's certainly the implementation is where the difference comes in. And if we're still seeing that implementation is not being addressed, you can change the rule, rename it, reword it, even put it in a different language. It would not change the impact on the ground. For me, from an impact perspective, what is really crucial is for us to ensure that not only do we see then, for instance, transformative impact, so firms getting extra exposure or even employees getting developed and really growing within their businesses, but more importantly that the quality of that exposure is good.
SABC News, Johannesburg.